Hello seekers, welcome to Punneit Astrology, your one-stop astro channel. On 15th of October, Saturn will make its move in Dhanishtha Nakshatra, the nakshatra ruled by Mars, the nakshatra which itself means surplus, abundance of money, dhan. And when Saturn moves in this nakshatra, it will move in a retrograde fashion. It is coming from Satbhisha to Dhanishtha, which also means that a lot of people will be free from their problems. And Saturn, which is already teaching patience, will also teach you to figure out an alternative path to free yourself from the problems and find a solution. Especially people who were not able to resolve medical issues might also see some relief coming their way, especially if the relief is financial. Till 24th of November, Saturn will be in Dhanishtha, but something else is also happening. The first phase of the Saturn Dhanishtha transit will be from 15th October till 4th November, when Saturn is retrograde. On 4th of November, Saturn will become direct, and then for the next 20 days, Saturn will again move in the forward motion and reach Satbhisha Nakshatra. So this 40-day approximately 40 day of transit is extremely crucial for all of us. See, Dhanishtha is the energy that is ruled by Mars, and it is an energy that is more focused on hardship. It is more focused on money related matters, karma. It wants you to work in a fashion where through your hard work you will be able to earn money. Through your hard work you will be able to get a lot of finances. So when Saturn comes in Dhanishtha once again in retrograde fashion, it tries to resolve the obstacles that you are facing in your financial areas, in the areas related to your career. But it will also bring twists and turns because what's happening with Mars simultaneously. See, on 3rd of October, Mars will enter the Libra zodiac sign and will meet Ketu. I've already made videos for that. Now, as Mars progresses, Mars is entwined with this Saturn, because Libra, Mars and Aquarius Saturn will be entwined to each other. Also Mars, which also controls the energy of Dhanishtha, because Mars is affected by Ketu, until 30th of October, this might create confusion in minds of people. Sometimes solution comes your way, but you're not confident about the solution. That might happen during this time. There may be delays in your career, in getting the offer letter, say for example, or there can be obstructions which are unexpected and unwanted. So after 4th of November, when Saturn will become direct in Dhanishtha, things will become much easy. Mars will also stabilize in Libra and Ketu will also shift the zodiac sign to Virgo. But still we have to understand that when Saturn is in this nakshatra, although it is in its own zodiac sign of Aquarius, which is also, by the way, the Mula Trikona zodiac sign of Aquarius, this is the time when Saturn and Martian energy will conflict, will collide. And you know, Mars will be 9th from Saturn. Therefore, Saturn would want to accelerate the process, but at the expense of your own karma, of your own action. If you are not showing that action, if you are not showing that push, if you are not taking initiatives, then the result may not be what you are expecting. Also, what is the other areas affected by Mars? Aries zodiac sign. If you see, Jupiter will be alone in Aries, therefore expanding the Martian energy. So the possibilities of solutions will be high. But on the other side, there is one area which will be impacted negatively because of that, of this transit, and that is relationship and marriage. One thing is obviously Venus and Ketu coming together in Virgo, but the other thing is that when Mars goes in Saturn goes in Dhanishtha, it makes it difficult for the marriages to happen. It makes it difficult for already tarnished married life to sustain or stick together. And for that, honesty is required, dedication is required, which I think is what lacks in this modern day and age. And if you are honest, if you are sticking to your, and if you're determined to save, then the possibilities of it will be high, because Dhanishtha is one nakshatra that has nothing to do with marriage. It is all about hard work, all about focusing on the karmic areas, leaving the family behind and focusing on the work area. So if you are hard working, if you are looking for incentives in the career, then it might be possible. But if you're looking for some saving grace in married life and relationship, then it might be difficult. You might have to wait for this Saturn to exit out of Dhanishtha. Which also means that if you are struggling in your married life or in relationship, it is the time to play safe. It is the time to reconcile. It is the time to surrender. Now, when Saturn and Mars are together, Saturn will find Mars in the Dharma Bhava. Dharma Bhava means Saturn will experience Mars as its true energy. And because Saturn is experiencing Mars as its true energy, Saturn and Mars combination is like praying to Bhagwan Hanuman. With great power, you need great restraint and responsibility. So if you're praying to Bhagwan Hanuman, you're doing Sundarakand jap in your home, it is going to help you. But anyone who is aggressive, anyone who is too fierce, someone who has an exalted Sun, exalted Mars, or both, or you have a very powerful Mars on the Lagna, you might feel that you are restrained, things have slowed down, but ideally that is what you are supposed to do. You are supposed to slow things down. You are supposed to move one step at a time, take one decision at a time. Anywhere if you are in a hurry, you will encounter problems. So this is one way where you have to, one way you can understand the Saturn transit. Financially, career-wise, it's going to be very good. But on the personal life area, this can be slightly struggling. Any efforts that you're putting to impress anyone, maybe in your love life, in your relationship, that might go waste. People might not recognize you. So what should you do? Understand why you're doing it in the first place. If you're doing it for your loved ones, just do it without any hope or expectation. And you will see soon, they will understand your intentions. But any aggressive attempt, any obsessiveness is going to be met with fierce force. And on the other hand, Jupiter will be aspecting this Mars right from Aries zodiac sign, whereas Saturn will be aspecting Jupiter with the third aspect. That means the knowledge will come, but then you will have to follow the hard way. So instead of following the tougher path, instead of following the hard way, learn through experience, learn through proper guidance, learn through experience, and you will find it really good. Let's understand quickly for each ascendant what this transit has to offer. Starting the ascendant with Aries, for Aries, your Saturn rules your 10th and 11th house, and it goes in Dhanishtha Nakshatra in your 11th house. So you will have to be more focused towards your career. You will have to redefine your expectations, and you must also develop positive relationship with your children. Couple who are trying for childbirth, who are facing some problems, will see things going their way, but expect a lot of hard work and multiple attempts in solving this problem. Also, Saturn will be aspecting your ascendant. So from Dhanishtha Nakshatra, it is aspecting a Martian zodiac sign. Mars is with Ketu. So you can understand that for next couple of months, the energies will be intense. So the expectation will be changed, and you will have a different mindset. This Saturn retrograde and then direct in Dhanishtha will change the way you think about money, and will change the way you think about yourself and your relationship with people around you. Try to make it more positive. Try to make it not a self-centric one, but try to utilize the power of retrograde Jupiter on the Lagna to think about the others. And if you are available for a broader outlook, you will have kind of a great time ahead. Remember, Saturn is in its own zodiac sign. New career opportunities and new source of income will come to you. For Taurus natives, Saturn will be in Dhanishtha in the 10th house. This might increase career related expenses. You might invest or think about investing money about your career. It may be for the expansion of business. It may be for maintaining your image, if you are an influencer, if you are into public image, or it may be because of a business related travel or a certification that you want to do for your career. Well, I will recommend that you think about all these things from November onwards, because let the Saturn become direct in Dhanishtha Nakshatra. Until then, contemplate, think what can be done, and apply all sorts of logic. Rahu is also transiting out of your 12th house and moving in the 11th house. So it is the time when you might, out of desperation, you might assume someone to be your friend, and later on that may turn out to be your enemy or not so great well-wisher. So it is better that you remain practical, you see things the way they are, and instead of focusing on the comfort zone, focus on the hard working zone. You must give all your strength, all your efforts into figuring out what is right and what is wrong, and doing what is right. Now I'm not talking about specific area, but I'm talking about everything. Also, Saturn will be aspecting the 7th house, so someone who is facing marriage related issue should be very careful and should be slow in their approach. Do not engage into a fight or a debate that may hurt someone. Rather, try to be as polite as possible, because this is not a great time for marriage or marriage related stuff. But if you can manage, if you have the patience of Saturn, things will be easy. For Gemini natives, Saturn will be in Dhanishtha Nakshatra in your 9th house. It will be retrograde and then direct. And this means that your the sudden changes in your life will push you to make your finances more secured. Now ensure that you are doing it consciously, and the universe does not have to intervene and bring in some negative forces, so that the attention is drawn towards that financial area. Also, relationship with your in-laws may be affected during this time, especially father-in-law. So be very mindful of this, and you will have to be very polite and very kind in your attitude and in your talks. This is a great time to go to a pilgrimage, do some temple visits, release the negativity, and include more spirituality in life. Don't play with your destiny or luck during this time, otherwise you will end up losing wealth rather than gaining it. As I said, it's a time to make yourself secured rather than put your and your family's financial status at risk. Also, Saturn will be aspecting your 6th house from Dhanishtha. Great time to clear off your debts, both karmic as well as financial. Karka Rashi. For Cancer natives, this can be a time of transformation because of the Saturn posited in the 8th house in Dhanishtha. This can resolve financial issues. I know this is a vulnerable time. Saturn can kill off some aspects of life, but maybe something that needs to be removed will be removed, and Saturn in Dhanishtha will help you on that. Moreover, you also see that your 10th house will have a retrograde Jupiter. Rahu will move out of the 10th house. So this can create a dispute with your father. The health of your father can cause you some trouble, and there may be some unexpected trips or travel for people who are staying away from the family. So at least have that mindset that if it is needed, you will be available. Make yourself more available for your family, especially for your wife's family. Also, events that will happen in your spouse's family may trouble you, and that may give you a kind of a situation where you don't know where to be, where you need to be involved. So at that time, be very grounded and practical, and you will have to fulfill your duties in all directions, and that may be a little bit exhausting, but that is what the planet is asking you to do. And this is a great time to think about insurance, improve on your tax profiles and whatever. So paperwork is very important during this time, especially if you want an investor to come in, if you want to go abroad, or if you want any business to start during this time, especially when you're going to start a business with your spouse. Leo. Now for the Leo natives, this will be a time where marriage will be greatly impacted. Now for Leo natives, 7th house Saturn in Dhanishtha means this is the time when you should practice brahmacharya. This is the time when you should meditate and do lot of tapasya. Issues in marriage or even your career, whom you think you are married to. Sometimes people are so involved in their business and career that it's as if they are married to that part of life. You will also face hurdles, delays, and sometimes, imagine like this. Suppose you are holding a rope and there is a force on the other hand, right? And so you're counterbalancing that force. Suddenly, if that force goes away, you are applying the force, you will fall back because you are unaware. So this kind of jerk reaction might come when Saturn will be in the 7th house. People who are having troubled marriage should pray to Saturn and be very mindful of your action and words and try to do the best you can to reconcile. Not a great time to start a business or a venture. Wait for some time, let November come, see how things improve and get your horoscope checked if this is an urgent situation with any good and learned astrologer. Saturn will be aspecting your ascendant, so criticism is bound to come. What you will have to do is face it positively, take what is positive, reject what is negative. Virgo. For Virgo native, Saturn's Dhanishtha Nakshatra transit will be in the 6th house. Now the thing is that for Virgo, Mars rules your 8th house. And when Saturn is in Dhanishtha in the 6th house, it wants you to focus on your health. The entire focus should be on your health, otherwise health related expenses will increase and there will be health scare. And after the Saturn moves, in the direct motion, things will improve, but then Ketu comes on your Lagna. So you can understand that until and unless you give up all the material attachment, like with the food, with the drinks, with smoking, your health will decline. But if you have given up that material attachment and you are focusing on the path of yoga, pranayam, good lifestyle, your health will improve, because Saturn also aspects the 8th house. So if you are more focused on what is negative, you will be able to defend your life. But that does not mean that you're paranoid about things. You just need to pray to Bhagwan Hanuman. Chanting Hanuman Chalisa will help you. Focus more on detoxification and cleansing, both outside and inside. Libra. For Libra, Saturn will be in Dhanishtha Nakshatra in your 5th house. And this is again going to impact romance, the way you express, and your words might hurt your life partner. Also, because of you being over practical, blunt, on the face, maybe you think you are speaking the truth or you are trying to help someone by interfering in their life. This may be taken otherwise and you might be misunderstood. So in that case, what you will have to do is maintain silence. Silence is the best remedy here, and unless you are being asked to involve, don't get involved in most of the cases wherever you think. And Saturn aspecting the 11th house also shows that you might also feel that you don't know anything and you might invest your money in learning. Learning is good, just ensure that whatever you are putting your money in for the learning purpose is relevant. Irrelevant learning will not produce any result. For Scorpio, Saturn will be retrograde in your 4th house in Dhanishtha Nakshatra. This can create troubles in relationship with your mother, with the space where you are in, and you would want to leave the country, leave the city, leave the place, and you would want to move out. Especially if the environment in the home is tensed, then you might have that desperation. So a lot of people who are looking for career related move, career related travel will see positive things going their way. This can create uncomfortable situation when the relationship or the comfort matters come. So be ready for that grilling, but this is a positive grilling. A little bit of when you venture out of your comfort zone, then only the success will come. So this is the time to rethink on what is good for you, what is comfortable for you. Overall, for you it will be a great time, considering that Jupiter is in 6th house and Jupiter is aspecting the 12th house. Also a great time to cut down loans, bring down debt, sell off any property that is stuck. You might also get stuck money back. All that is possible. But then when you get that, remember, this is not a time for profit, rather it's a time for relief. Sagittarius. For Sagittarius native, Saturn's retrograde and Dhanishtha transit will be in the 3rd house, which means it will make you do that extra hard work. It will make you rethink and replan and take that as a part and parcel of life. This also means that your relationship with your brothers, siblings might be affected because of this. You might be feeling this obligation to be involved in their life, but Saturn is a one-way road. Saturn only it will do the karma and will not expect anything in return. So you should also do the same. Saturn retrograde in Dhanishtha and then forward in Dhanishtha may make you rethink about how to earn money. It might push you and do the hard work about creating new avenues of earning money, but it will also bring doubt on your own capabilities and your own efforts. Your own mindset will be the blocker in your life. So meditate, chant Om Namah Shivaya and have confidence in yourself. And if you have low confidence, this is the time to talk to someone, because you need to believe in your own courage. For Capricorn, Saturn rules your ascendant and it is retrograde in Dhanishtha in the second house, and it will then become direct after 4th of November. So after 4th of November, things will really become good and positive for you. Just that people who are leaving home for different countries, who are looking for job outside their comfort zone will get it. But if you are willing to be in your comfort zone, you might have to accept the reality that there are compromises waiting for you. If you don't want to compromise, you may have to take that added risk, and maybe you will have to move out of the family's home, or leave the family's asset. It's like a vanavas, if I have to use that word. That means you're venturing out, leaving the comfort zone and going into that hard work, because only then you will get the results of your hard work and you will enjoy the wealth. For Aquarius natives, this is the Saturn Dhanishtha transit on your Lagna, aspecting the 7th house. Your attitude can create problems in relationship and marriage. So it's a great time to work on your attitude. Unlearn and relearn will be the theme of this transit. And you will have to give up on your desire for wealth. Because if you don't give up your desire for wealth, health might be impacted in certain cases. Or you might be worried more about things that will not let you enjoy. So it is better to focus more on the creative side of life, on the constructive side of life. And it is also very much necessary to detoxify and declutter. Not only your home, but also your mind. Especially with people with afflicted moon, should meditate a lot. So chant Shani Bij mantra or the mantra Nilanjanam Samabhasam Raviputram Yamagrajam Chaya Martanda Sambhutam Tam Namami Shanashara. Pisces. For Pisces, Saturn retrograde in Dhanishtha will be in your 12th house, which means that it might make you feel irritated, restricted, and you would want to free yourself. Expenses will be on the higher side, and so your income will also be improving. See, sometimes your expense drives your income, and that is what will happen. Maybe a future expense is giving you that motivation, that sleepless night. Take it constructively. Don't allow that energy to sit on your head and control your mind, but just be more positive and more fluid in your approach and think constructively. Okay, there is a requirement, there is an expense. You need to figure out a way to balance that, to counter that, and maybe a new source of income, a new idea will come and will help you. See, Rahu will come on your ascendant, right? So when Rahu is coming on your ascendant, it is going to give you that creativity. So utilize the power of Rahu, the creative and the positive side of Rahu, technological aspect of Rahu, and utilize the Saturn Dhanishtha energy where you're donating. See, sometimes donation will help you a lot, but you have to pray to God that God, I am willing to donate, but first please give me something. If you will not give me, how will I donate? So you will have to plead, and that surrender will help you manage the Dhanishtha energies.